can you target those two different types of obesity separately, or is it just general good advice and you'll target both kind of at the same time?
That's a really good question. And there is some evidence that physical activity, I think particularly more sort of vigorous, can help you mobilize the fat source. So you asked, when do you lay down that central fat? Is it, is it once you get to a certain weight? And I guess when you start dieting, we think that particularly if you put your body in quite a strict energy deficit, i.e. go on quite a low calorie diet, maybe below about 800 calories, or you become very vigorously active and put the body in a state of quite a severe energy deficit, then that will first of all start mobilizing those fat stores. Um, and so there is some evidence about physical activity. There has been a real interest, and I know we're going to talk about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is the ultimate diet that basically puts your body in almost like a starvation mode. And people have been interested in whether you lose more of that central fat. To be honest, the evidence to date for that is not great, but maybe we're just not doing it for long enough. But I think, yeah, there are ways, and I think maybe again genetics play in. What I have to say is when patients come in and ask me that, I always say, they say, "Well, I want to lose weight off here. Will I? Can I do something?" And I say, "Wherever you want to lose it, you won't." So the women I see, they're desperate to lose their fat off their bottoms or their stomachs, and they lose their bust. And maybe when we understand more about genetics, we will be able to do targeted interventions. But I guess that at this point, I guess following the guidelines, trying to lose weight can only help all of those things.
And it's probably worth just going over it one more time, but why is weight gone up so much? Is it just we're not exercising and our diet is different? Why is this such a problem now?
Yeah, I mean, there are some theories that we're kind of plateauing. I think America's kind of plateaued out, and we've probably got to the limit of biological plausibility of our weight. Certainly, I guess that there are all these statistics, aren't there, that by 2050, 50% of the population will be obese. So generally everyone's got heavier, and that epidemic certainly in America it was started in the 70s. Here it was probably 15 years later. We used to have 10% of people obese when I first started in the 90s, and now we're up to what, 25%. And there was a theory for a time, there was a paper called Gluttony or Sloth, and there was a presumption actually that just based on some not terribly good data, that the problem was due to people not being as active, which clearly doesn't help. But what was missed was that people are eating the dietary surveys were not picking up that people were snacking a lot more, people's portion sizes had increased, the types of food they were eating gone up. It's just because we're eating more and more and more. It's like a 24-hour eating. So it's definitely calorie intake that has been driving all of this.